ladies and gentlemen, we're rolling. I'll cut all that out in the beginning.
Okay.
So here we go.
All right.
Chad, thank you so much for sitting down with me today. And guys, this is Chad, and he is the owner of Windows by Chad. Now, he's got a great story of starting many years ago, getting started in this business in West Texas. In West Texas, if you know anything about West Texas, we have a lot of dirt that blows. We have a lot of weird weather that is very confusing to understand if you're not from here. But it can be literally, so we're in the middle of winter and it felt like summer a few days ago. And then it rained. And then of course it's dry as a bone here as well. So how does that all fit into a window cleaning business? And what is a window cleaning business? So Chad, what is a window cleaning business?
Window cleaning business is simply cleaning of windows and in the frames and things like that. We do residential, we do commercial, we do inside houses, we do outside, pretty much what they ask. We also do pressure washing. We pressure wash concrete, asphalt, awnings, things of that nature, maybe having bird problems and things like that. The different greases that are tracked in from the kitchen, to the outside, we clean all that off. You can see the black trails going in and out of the building.
Yeah.
We try to clean those up. But for the most part, we're window cleaners, and we have serviced Lubbock since 1983. Started in 1983 out of the trunk of Camaro, Z28 Camaro, 79 Camaro. I had recently been fired from a job at Methodist Hospital because of my car stereo.
It's too loud.
It was too loud. And anyway, so I was 19. It was 1984, and I asked my dad. I said, "Dad, I need a job." And he said, "Well, my window cleaner hasn't shown up." He had a shoe store on 50th in Knoxville, and so I went to Builder Square, which is today what Home Depot is.
That's right, on 50th Street.
Yeah, that was our Home Depot at the time.
That's right.
So I bought the equipment, and I enjoyed it, and I liked it. So I went around and worked out of the trunk of my car.
That's amazing. From the age of 19 till, what are you, 29 now? Or?
I'm 62.
62, so you're just getting started.
That's right.
So your whole life. So
Yeah.
you've got a lifetime of experience, really, in window cleaning and pressure washing and doing that kind of thing around West Texas. So that's the inspiration, is like the company you were with didn't like your music, is too loud.
Yeah, no, it was just childish behavior.
Oh, I understand.
You know, coming out of high school, and car stereos were the big thing.
That's right.
Yeah.
Late 80s, early 90s, it started to change a little bit.
Yeah, that was T-tops and big 6x9 speakers.
That's
in the
right.
back.
Going like this,
Equalizers.
boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. Well, that came later.
Okay, that's right.
That came later. That whole thing of the big subwoofers and things came later. But it was loud enough that when I pulled in at the docks, there was something going on there, and everybody was trying to clean up. I pulled my car in there, and it was just too loud, and it really was rude. I will admit. But anyway, I was notorious for getting in trouble.
Okay.
So anyway, I lost that job. So that's kind of what started this whole thing.
So you literally did that till now.
Yeah.
At the age of 19. So would you say, "Hey, I'm unemployable. I'm a business owner"?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't change anything. I don't think I could work for anyone.
Yeah, very interesting. Yeah.
You know, I did in 1989. I took a job. I was offered a job, a corporate job, to work in New York for a company out of New York, 5th and 42nd, and I was in the food business, and we did private labeling, which is like if you go in and buy signature cereals, we designed the boxes and we designed the artwork, and there were different parts of the company that you could work in, but they had what they called a diverter buyer, and as a diverter buyer over at First Supermarkets when they were here, if say perhaps if the broker wasn't offering, say, Crisco oil at the price the other parts of the country were getting, and we were kind of jabbed in getting a little heavier price on it, I could find it throughout the country and have it shipped in cheaper than what the local brokers were giving it to us for. So that was my main job, was to save money. And so they first shut down. They sent me, I trained in Springfield, Missouri. I trained in Cleveland, Ohio, trained in Rochester, New York. And they eventually took me out of Cleveland and put me in Chattanooga, Tennessee, which is beautiful, really nice. Really enjoyed that job. And then they transferred me to Greenville, South Carolina. And I really got tired of traveling, packing and unpacking, and I decided to move back to Lubbock in 1995. Started the business back again in 1995, and I just can't believe it. I went from 1983 basically to 1990, and while I was gone, I still had a guy doing my route work. So I was running the company while I was gone. Yeah, and so I still had an income from the window cleaning, living in another state.
That's outstanding.
Yeah. So
what did that teach you, that moment in time? Because that's a critical point that a lot of business owners struggle with, is the letting go of control.
The hardest part to me was having to let everyone know that I wasn't going to be there anymore. You know, that I just had to really drop window cleaning. And so when I came back, that's the first thing I went for, was what I left doing. And that was 95. And I kicked back up. I went out. I got several of the customers I had when I left, and it grew and grew and grew. And I guess we have probably 3,000 or 4,000 customers that we don't service all at one time, but sporadically. People have different schedules and frequencies.
That's awesome. So
we've built a really nice relationship with the customer base, and we pride ourselves in 100% guaranteed window cleaning. If you're unhappy, we'll redo it. We'll make it right. I always believed in that. Yeah. Is my grandmother said the only good thing you can die with, the only thing you can die with is your good name.
Wow.
So that's what I practice.
Wow. That is a big deal, especially in West Texas, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You start to build a relationship, and people have a certain expectation.
Well, people are difficult. Yeah. People are difficult. Right. You can't make everyone happy. I've learned that over the years. You just can't make everyone happy, but you can try. And if some of them can't accept it, then so be it. There's no need in losing sleep over it.
Right. So there's still plenty of work to go around, right?
Sure.
And so when did you know that this was going to be like a really successful thing for you?
When the ball started rolling, that I was busy all day, every day. You know, my biggest enemy is the weather.
Yep.
You know, and a lot of people.
Welcome to West Texas, folks.
And a lot of people tend to think that these muddy rains and things help my business, but they don't. They create havoc on the frames and the glass and on the houses if we're washing houses and porches and it's a little bit different scenario than the dogs that are and the grandkids in the house. You know, there's always going to be something there to mess the glass up,
Yeah.
and that's what we do. I think it's a perfect job for West Texas.
Yeah.
Is window cleaning.
It's got built-in demand, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
All the conditions are right.
Well, the nice thing is when a person finally does get their glass professionally cleaned, they notice the difference right off the bat. A little more light in the house. They see more clearly looking outside, and they'll put themselves on a regular schedule. And whether they're once a year, twice a year, every 3 months, it doesn't matter to us. They're in the system, and we always have records of other than the newer people. Newer folks are different. We kind of make as many notes as we can on those type of accounts.
Okay. So when you say records and notes, do you have systems and tools and maybe some technology in place that you use to run the business?
Yeah, we have what we call Service Autopilot is a software we use along with QuickBooks. They interact.
Okay.
And we keep a record of all the invoices. QuickBooks, we didn't start till 2017. At that point, I can't tell you, we had to get away from Outlook simply because at one time someone said Outlook was going to crash. That it was. So we started dumping information, which I wish we hadn't had.
Okay.
But finally, everything was moved into QuickBooks, and then it was moved from QuickBooks into Service Autopilot, and that is updated throughout the years.
Gotcha.
And keeps a really good record of it, lets you know when you were at the house last, what your price was, what you did, what you needed.
Yeah.
And if there were any broken panes in glass and BB holes and things like that we needed to pay attention to.
Yeah. I would like to, with respect to that, is probably some importance that you communicate regularly with regular clients. Is that right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And you mentioned your mom said the only thing you can take with you is your good name, right?
That's
Something
right.
like that. So how does responsiveness to the client base help strengthen that good name?
You keep a good rapport with your customer, and you figure out what they love the best about your service, and you try to keep that up, maintain that, and you will get referrals from that. We get spotted all the time on these residentials, especially. When we're out cleaning, the neighbors will walk out and ask you if you want, if you have time to do their house and what your prices are, things like that. But I hope that answered your question on that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I missed the first part of it.
Well, like the good name part, that's a big deal. Like I think it's easy to forget about that when you're focused just on top line, bottom line. And that's all you think about.
Yeah.
But there's an actual person-to-person relationship or business-to-person relationship, right?
Yeah, well, we've developed just a lot of friends over the years.
Yeah.
My sister's really good at it. She just chats with everyone on the phone. We have customers that for their birthdays, we'll send them certain things. And
that's cool.
And Christmas gifts and things like that.
That's thoughtful.
Yeah. When I was a much smaller company, we could do Christmas cards.
Okay.
And we would choose the ones we wanted to send out.
I get it.
And that was in the mid '90s, but it got to so that you couldn't send as many Christmas cards out as I would like to.
Yeah.
That would take it. That's just a whole other job.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry
now,
that.
no worries. Back years ago, I met a gentleman by the name of Zig Ziglar. Are you familiar with that name?
Oh, absolutely.
In 2003, he did a top performance seminar here in Lubbock at First Baptist Church. And I started training under his materials and different things. It really changed the trajectory of my career. It made me think in terms of everybody's in sales, right?
Yeah.
The person that answers the phone can kill a deal, right?
Sure.
But one of the things that stuck out most to me, this kind of coincides with that good name thing. One of the things that stuck out most to me in his training, in his company's training, was you can't take the person out of the business. The person is still in the business. So helping a person get better automatically makes them do better in the business.
Sure.
Is that something you kind of agree with? Is it quality people? Is it building up maybe your employees and helping them and then also helping your clients as well?
You know, employees are a little bit different than they were in other generations.
Right.
So you have to adapt to the generations of those. Things changed overwhelmingly since the 80s.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
There's more entitlement.
Mm.
There's the parents grew up a little bit different than their kids, and that I don't know, for some reason I just think they were a little less harsh on them than they were when I was growing up. Discipline was a big deal, and trying to keep the employees all happy is a hard thing to do.
Yeah. I remember I lived with my grandparents growing up for about 6 or 7 years, and my grandpa was a World War II Marine, right?
Yeah.
And then my grandma, they both grew up during the Depression, right?
Yeah.
That Dust Bowl and all of that stuff. And so they had this different way of looking at work, timeliness, discipline, counting your money. And it was a time when it was an art counting the money back.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah. Change first.
Yeah. Just boom and do backwards all the way up into the full dollar amount of change. Right?
Sure.
And so when you're that focused on your money like that, how do you think that impacts the quality of the business?
I don't know.
Gotcha. Yeah. And so one of the things I remember also coming up during that time, there was hey, up before the sun, work till dark. I just saw this pattern of that. And I remember that generation was pretty interesting. Did you have any like relatives that were in World War II or anything like that?
Yeah, well, my grandfather was a tail gunner.
Okay.
And he was strict. But going back to where I told you I didn't know, I was trying to find the best little solution here. Trying to get the newer generations to be responsible is a hard thing to do these days. And when I say that, I'm talking about, just like you mentioned, timeliness, and there's just a lot of factors I'd rather not even go into.
I completely understand. It is a different generation of workforce today, and like you said, understanding the nuances and the differences of those people that make up the workforce is really important. There's a lot of communication nowadays that some people won't answer a phone, but they'll text you all day long, right?
That's right. I try to answer my phone all day. I did when I was in the field. When I cleaned, I would be the first to answer that phone. And number one, it was in my pocket.
Yeah.
and number two was it just meant another job.
That's it. It's another job. I see a pattern. I see a lot of businesses from every kind of industry you can imagine over the years, seen, thousands and thousands of them. But one of the common elements that I've noticed in West Texas, especially, is the from decision maker to decision maker. There is something about, there's a lot of people that are decision makers that actually like the phone being answered by a person.
Oh, that's number one priority right there. No one likes to leave a message. They want to talk to a person, and it's very important that we answer the phones. We rotate them around here, where the phone will go to one person for a certain amount of time, and then the software lets you move it to another person.
Okay.
So that works out really nice, where no one's stuck with the phone all the time.
Gotcha.
But a lot of people like to talk to the same person. So that's kind of an ongoing joke around here too, is that I have a few customers that Ashton is one of my employees, and I have a customer that says that I'd rather talk to Julie.
Okay.
So Julie's my sister, and Julie knows how to be quick and to the point.
Yes.
Of what you want done on your
Yep.
house and what you're used to. And Julie has a really good memory for their addresses and things like that, and knows where to put them. And uh, it's these questions are just really funny because they're all a decade of memories. Each decade is how things have changed, but the one thing is that people always want to talk to a person.
I noticed that.
Yeah, I had people comment me all the time. They'd say, "Well, I knew you'd answer the phone."
Yeah, and that's something.
And I don't know. Sometimes I have phone problems and the thing doesn't ring, but they called, and I think the newer the technology gets on these phones, the less they work.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
I think the upgrades have gotten ahead of themselves.
I think there's some accuracy to that. It's a system first, people second type thing.
Yeah.
And so, what's the importance of placing respect on a client? Like, what does respect look like, and how important is respect from the client perspective to the business? How does that play in for them being a regular client long term?
If you're sincere with someone
Mm-hmm.
and you look that person in the eye and you talk to them and you give them your little story and you bring up a little chat with them
Mm-hmm.
and kind of welcome yourself into their home,
Yeah.
they'll welcome you.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, it breaks the ice and to the future cleanings that they have.
Mm-hmm.
And I try to remember everyone
Mm-hmm.
that I can when I go to their house and visit with them about their windows. And I'm very picky on the way I do things and address it, because I'm going to tell you the bad things on your house before I tell you the good things. As far as what you're looking at here, whether it being hard water spots or like I said, BB holes, blown seals where it's in between the glass, can't do anything about it, tinted glass. It's just an all-out honesty type policy that I have, just to let them know what they're getting into.
And so, do you think that the customer appreciates that honesty?
Oh yeah, they don't want to hear it,
right?
That there's a lot of stuff they don't want to hear, but there's a lot of stuff they already know.
Oh, right.
So
right.
If it's a little test on their part to me, I'm gonna try to catch it.
Yeah, that's good. I was curious, from your perspective, being at this stage of the success of your career so far in your business, what does success look like? How do you know you're successful each week? What do you look at? What kind of measurement do you use?
I look at daily numbers.
Okay.
I look at daily numbers, and I also pretty much daily numbers. And if the day's really pretty and I don't hit the numbers I want to for the day, if for some reason, especially when it's 100 degrees outside, I get it. You started at 7 this morning. It's 4 in the afternoon, and it's 105 degrees. Yeah. They usually will still hit their numbers. As long as they hit their numbers, I don't care. But when looking at profit and loss, you got to look at all the bills.
Yep.
And not just the income. Yeah, just to try to keep the place running. We haven't had any problems with that. We make all the bills and the mortgage and things like that. But even over the holidays, I was worried about it because we weren't working. It was like, oh God, it's just another 3-day week. It's another 3-day week. We're used to 20 work days a month, and I don't know. There's so much there's I work in my sleep all the
I
time.
understand.
I work in my sleep, and uh, I try to solve problems in my sleep, and just like today with your podcast,
Yeah.
I had so many scenarios on how it was going to go, and it's
More
so
work.
great and comfortable. I wasn't thinking of Joe Rogan type
Yeah. Yeah.
setup in here,
Yeah.
but uh, I have I've enjoyed this.
Absolutely.
It, uh, it wakes the mind up to the things that you don't need to neglect.
Mm, that's a powerful statement. Um, so, what would you say, in light of all that we've learned in this conversation so far, what would you say that is your lasting market impact?
Whew. My lasting market impact.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate a little bit
Yeah.
more?
So, like, kind of like what do you? I guess you mentioned good name. That's so powerful. I keep saying this. There's a proverb that says a good name is better than great riches.
I like it.
And so I think in terms of that, uh, what do people think after you're gone? Like, so say for instance, we get 100 years down the road, and you die 100 years from now, right?
Yeah.
And then this business is left running. What do you want that to look like? What's the impact of that?
I want it to be ran the same way that from the time
Mm-hmm.
we got in our real comfortable zone. I want it. I want it run smoothly and honestly,
Mm-hmm.
and not just like a number.
Mm.
I don't want it to just be a number. I just want it to be a quality business.
Yeah. And that's awesome. Hey, got another question for you. So, in terms of family and family business, you mentioned a sister works with you.
Mm-hmm.
Would you consider this like a family-run business?
It is.
Okay.
It is. Julie, my sister, is a part of it. I've had several of the family members work for me.
Okay.
My stepdaughter works here. I've had some family members on my wife's side
Mhm.
work here, and they come and go, but for the most part, just considering what Julie and I do, it's definitely family run
Mm.
operation.
How important do you think that is to West Texas?
West Texas likes, from what I've learned, people like people that were established years ago because they know it's been handed up through
Yeah.
the family,
Yeah.
and that's where I see this going.
That's a powerful, powerful statement. So, folks, from a good name to a lasting legacy, and focused on quality of service and taking care of the client, communication, systems, tools, and even technology. Chad's an example of what's possible in West Texas. If what would you say creates that possibility? What kind of work ethic do you need to have?
Serious,
Yeah.
a serious work ethic. You've got to be serious about what you do. You'll never go forward anywhere if you're just happy where you are at the time, but
Mhm.
always looking for something else.
Yeah. Always looking for something else.
Always looking for something else.
Wow.
You got to find what you love and have a passion for it and keep it.
So even when it's hard, you got the passion and you love it and you're still doing it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Man, that's outstanding. Get that, folks? I mean, there's a lot of, I read a book years ago by Robert Kiyosaki called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And in some of his writings, he talked about a free agent world where, everybody's competing to keep help because they're always looking for something else.
Yeah.
Right?
Uh-huh.
That is a powerful statement, folks. Love what you do. Stay focused. Work, serious work ethic. And following a proven model, a model like Chad's model, or anyone else that mimics that type of a model, especially here in West Texas. I think this probably goes, these work principles of work and good name and legacy and stuff like that are global. I mean, this is a global, I mean, anywhere you are on earth, work ethic matters. It really does matter, because what was that saying? We've heard it so many times that the only place that success comes before work is in the dictionary, right?
Before success comes before work.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So W's later. So success is actually, it doesn't happen without work. Like, it's like a commitment, long-term commitment. And so, Chad, this has been a wonderful talk. Thank you for sharing all that makes you what you are in a business and how you impact the community. Anything else you'd like to add?
No, I'm good. I'm just going to keep on trucking.
Roger that. Great job. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jake.
Thank you, guys. It didn't record. No, just kidding.